That cat's coming up through here, and I don't know why cats like rocks, but cats like rocks. Anything that sticks out from normal, I don't know why, they come up and visit. I don't know why. They like stuff that, whether it's a clump of grass or that just stands out to me. Just pretend this isn't all here, but he's gonna come check it out. So, we're gonna put another set in. And I don't have a place to put a flag, so I'm not putting a flag. But if he does, do it, guys. You don't always have a perfect tree or something to put stuff. You got to make do with what you got for what you have. Don't bring a lot of stuff. I wouldn't bring these rocks in. If they were already here, I'd set it because it's just a hot location to me. And like I say, on your dogs, put them up against the, okay? That's pretty much, that's why I like them dukes. They're bedded. That's bedded. It ain't rocking. Of course, I got really terrific ground here to work with. Think I need a new dirt sifter? Maybe. Always. This is where I made a lot of mistakes when I was younger, is not bedding around the jaws. Had a lot of traps. I know James was talking about it. A lot of traps flipped over. You brought this thing solid. The only soft spot's going to be that place where that pan is. That's all it takes. I know guys use those step downs. I don't, because if it rains, my step down is full of water. I don't like to do step. Myself, we haven't got a lot of rain, but what do you think for a flat set? But the thing I do that's different than everybody else, I've got 3 points. If he walks through here, how do you miss it? How do you miss him? It still happens. But if he's going from here to here, game changer, guys and gals. There's some gals here. Sorry, I don't want to. And you could use 3 different smells, but don't overdo it. You buy good bait and lure, it's doing its job. You just got to give it time, guys. I even use 2 baits. Anybody come smell my toxic? This stuff's nasty, but it's the best coyote bait I've ever used in my life. My buddy from I gotta give him credit. He made that stuff, and we use it in Western. We tested it 2 years before I started selling it, and I've caught over 500 coyotes on that in 3 seasons. It's amazing, but some people don't want to use a stinky bait. But when it gets cold, guys, you got to get something out there. I got a skunk paste that people don't like to use skunk. Skunk is terrific around my area. And then you get a cold and it freezes and stuff's not smelling. You got to use more of a stinkier bait or lure. But if you're on location, guys, it's just a waiting game. Don't get discouraged. But if you get discouraged, catch them possums, skunks, everything. Because that'll give you something to do, because there's days you don't catch anything. I had a week, I was doing a live video last year. It rained and my traps were froze down, and they said it was going to sprinkle, and it rained, and I was out all day and it was raining, and I was cussing the weatherman because he was wrong. He said it's going to drizzle throughout the morning and it's going to clear out. It rained all night, rained. I was pissed off, sorry. And then that week, I had a terrible week. I mean, I was just literally ready to hang it up. And I was on live stream, I was on my Facebook page doing a live, I missed a cat, come up this bluff, I missed him, saw the track there. And I just told the guys, I said, I'm a real POS, you know, I can't catch anything. And damn, just my people from out of state that I was watching, they started picking me up and said, Gary, you're fine. You'll be fine. It'll be all right. And I probably had 50 comments that one day of people supporting me, say, hey, you know, don't give up. You know, that's a problem with trappers. When we start not catching things, you get discouraged. Has everybody done that? Sure. Has anybody in this room not been discouraged trapping? Because it's a roller coaster. But if it gets to that point, you guys probably need to move. I mean, you're only going to catch so many animals in this location. Now, you could leave in 2-3 months and come back and you probably catch different animals. And things change from the first part of the season to the end of the season. But I have enough ground, I'm moving every weekend, some traps. I run 70 to 125 traps. My low line is 50, my highest line is 80. But I said, I probably get in out, you know what a notebook is. I keep a log, keep a notebook on my dash. I write down, this is Smith's. I got 3 dirt holes or 3 land sets and 2 DPs. Go down the road a mile, set 4 more. Go down the road to the next location, set 3 or 4 more. So I do that, and I collect fur all the way through my line. And there's some parts of my line, I went one year, I didn't hardly catch anything the first part of my line. Then I got to the end line, I caught 3 cats in a row in about a mile and a half. So different weather patterns affects all that. But I don't use a lot of pee, but it wouldn't hurt to put a little here. Don't overdo it. And James was talking about bones. Yeah, you can use bones. I use a lot of bones for coyotes. Put a bone over here, somewhere. Put a little bit on there. I don't know how you miss with that set. They could be a lucky coyote or a lucky bobcat. They're really not that smart. The coyotes are pretty smart. Cats aren't really that smart. They're just cats. Until you figure out what cats do. Everybody, has anybody not caught a bobcat in here? You've never caught a bobcat. Have you tried?
Yeah.
You've tried? Is there bobcats where you're at?
There's pictures. Yeah.
Well, anybody got deer cameras? You got where you can put them on video mode? I've got 11 cameras up now for my deer. I'm hoping to go home and shoot a deer tomorrow. But if you got the video mode, if you can, put a camera up on your set. You don't want to scare, but see what they're doing. Because they may come up here like this and come around and first night, coyote. Second night, comes in and gets a little closer. Third night, curiosity killed the coyote and the cat. But don't make these crazy sets, guys. Make it simple, efficient. I mean, what time is it? Is it? You got my phone. 1:30?
1:39.
So I set basically 5 traps in 30 minutes. We were 10 minutes late starting. I can go to the next place, set 4 or 5 more. In an hour, I can set 20 traps. But for you guys that want to walk around and look around and make for this perfect spot, there's perfect spots everywhere. You just got to find them. They're there, they're there. And I made this one here. Don't overthink it. We're way smarter than the coyotes and bobcats. We know how to run computers and we know how to get on the internet with our cell phones. We are way smarter than these animals. So don't give them that much credit. Everybody thinks you gotta get a kneeling cloth and sit control. Hell with that. I did that. I waste too much time. If I get that crap on my gloves, I gotta change gloves. Because as soon as you contaminate that trap, you've caused yourself problems. You're gonna have dug up traps. But it's pretty cool to watch that animal come up here. You'll see that track coming up, and all of a sudden you look, and there he is. He's come right up here. He kind of looks around, and that bait and lure does its job, guys. Don't be afraid of, to buy good quality stuff. And I know gas is high. I know we're all busy, but trappers, we're the stewards of the land. We don't have a turkey season in Kansas now in the fall because we have no turkeys. Because I'm about the only guy trapping, and there's a couple guys trap around, but they trap when the weather's nice, and when the weather gets crappy, they quit. And they're missing the best part of the season. Because the weather will come and change, and it'll get better, and it'll get worse. But when you hang it up, who knows, you might have caught 10 more cats. You might not have caught a cat, but if you got the trap set, you might have caught 10 cats that year. But you got to have the land to do it. You
can't just plan on catching 10 cats off of 160 acres or, you know, one ranch or whatever. Don't go ask your neighbors. Go ask. I guarantee you, these people after deer season, they want somebody in there. I've only had one person tell me no in like the last 5 years. You don't let anybody do anything. You go up, knock on the door, be polite to them, just tell them who you are, tell them, you know, I want to take my son or grandson trapping. Almost all of them say, well, what are you trapping for? If you mention raccoons, man, everybody's got a problem with raccoons. But when you're in there, you better catch a raccoon. You better not just come in there and catch the coyotes and bobcats, because you better kill them raccoons. And I caught 400 and almost 500 raccoons last year, and I got $3 for them, which isn't nothing. So a lot of guys won't skin them. I got $1 for the skull, and I got $1 for the penis bone. So that $3 coon turned into $5. 5 times 300 or whatever, another $1,500, guys. You guys want to throw that $1,500 away? I don't, because coons, skunks, possums, it sure all adds up. I'm not going to tell you what I made last year, but I made money, and I sure had a hell of a lot of fun. I can't put it, I mean, I'm telling you, if it come down to it, I didn't have any money for gas. I'd probably take it out of savings. My wife would probably leave me because I'm spending money on gas that we couldn't afford at the time, but I love it. I don't know if you guys get the same feeling out there that I do, but there's nothing like it. I get home at midnight from my second shift job, and I can't sleep. I'm all jacked. I don't even drink coffee, guys. No energy drinks. I'm just like this all the time. This is me. If you've ever met me, this is how I am. Everybody goes, how do you work 2 freaking jobs and trap a 70-mile and catch 1,500 animals? I'm just me. I'm high on life because I hurt my back 3 years ago and I couldn't walk. And things was going around in my head like, I'm not gonna be able to hunt and trap and fish. What am I gonna do? I'm just gonna have to die. Cut my legs off if I can't walk. And I was on crutches for 6-8 weeks. I had herniated disc. But good Lord willing, therapy, no surgery. I'm back at it, doing what I love, and I like helping people. If you guys want to come to my booth afterwards, I know you guys are afraid to ask questions. There's no stupid question, guys. I was 13-year-old when I started. I was dumber than that rock right there. I used to put a trap up and put banded wire around it, wrapped to a little tree root. I've lost more traps. And the first skunk I ever shot, the wind was blowing out of the north, and I come up here and shot him, and I had skunk pee all over me. My mom wouldn't hardly let me back in the house. You know, I've got thousands of good memories. I got a few bad memories, but it's fun. Take a kid trapping. I'd love to take some of you kids sometime if you ever come to Kansas. I got a retired guy that's gonna go with me, and all he does is hang flags and put DPs in the ground for me. I said everything else. While he's hanging flags, putting DPs, I'm putting 3 or 4 sets in the ground and jump in the truck to the next spot. And I wear him out. He's like, how do you do this? And I love it. I'm weird. I'm weird compared to most people. My wife is so damn cold. Where you going? I said, going trapping. Why? It's so freaking cold out there. Hey, the cats are moving. When you catch 5 cats a day, man, that's fun stuff. You guys can look back. It happened. I appreciate you to subscribe to my channel if you're not on. And I do lives. I'm going to do more lives on YouTube this year. I've got lives on Facebook almost every day. And I catch stuff just literally every day except that 1 week that I had my head down and I was ready to hang it up. And I didn't hang it up, and I broke my cat record. And I made money on my cats. Sold them old Jalen Opal in there. So he'll vouch for me. He saw them. So I don't know. Got to be some questions, guys.
Something about wind direction.
Oh, great question. It matters, but if you're doing like a 2-track where you're driving in a farm field, I wouldn't set both traps here. I'd set one here and then one over here in this corner. That way, if the wind changes out of the north, or if it's a real good track, I'd put a trap on each corner because I could put them in 5 minutes. And it ain't because I don't have enough traps. I can set 75 traps a day, and then I'll set about 30 or 40 the next day because I can only run about 100 and that's literally in the notebook. I write everything down. I literally stop and get out of the truck, whatever that many in the notebook is. How many lines is that? Sometimes half a page over. I'll wear my seat out. I'm telling my seat wears out of my truck and my door handles break and everything else. I'm in and out, in and out. But make it easy for yourself, guys. You don't have to stop and walk a half a mile over there by the pond. I mean, if you can pull up here and you see a good location, I set locations now I used to not set. That's why I started catching coyotes by the numbers. Because these fence lines. Man, this fence line there, there's a wheat field, a corn field on this side, and a wheat field. Oh, every coyote runs right, and if there's a grass line, them mice and rats are up in there. They're gonna come up in here hunting for that stuff. That's what they eat. If you can figure out where the prey is, you got half the battle done. Because they're there for a reason. And if there's more animals than a reason, because there's more prey. But like where I'm at, we don't have a lot of water right now. I'm gonna be trapping around them ponds. I got 2 major rivers.
What do you do with the trap after catch? And you're not setting the same location? So you're moving?
I'm moving. I'll
Yeah.
pull it if I can. I got some low to ground.
Could be clean it,
Good. If it's got a bunch of,
pressure wash it.
no. I got traps I use the whole season. But the traps I use, they don't hurt the animal. I mean, there's no blood on it. I mean, and I use catch pole now, guys. I mean, I do shoot raccoons and stuff. I got bit by 4 or 5 different animals yesterday. I got a little careless and I got bit by a possum. I got bit by a coon. I had a coyote on dispatch pole, and it was the second day of the season, so I was a little bit stupid. Hadn't quite got in my groove yet, and I'm dispatching this coyote. Next thing I know, 40-pound male coyote on Arkansas River has his mouth over my hand. And what am I doing? I'm just going, Monty! Monty's over at the truck, and he comes over and he goes, oh crap. And I said, yeah. And this is like the second day of the season. And I'm like, he choked him on down, got his mouth open, pulled my hand out. I had puncture marks, clear almost through my one finger. And I was like, great. I was gonna set 50, 60 traps a day. Now I can't even hardly bend my fingers. But I went back to trap, had a first aid kit, peroxide it real quick, put a Band-Aid on it, put some electrical tape over it. As the day went, I sucked it up and I didn't even hardly feel it by the end of the day, but I was sure hurting then. But guys, always carry extra equipment. I carry at least 2 hammers. I got an extra bucket. I carry drills. If you ever don't have a drill, I see the guys dig holes. I don't know, I don't like digging holes. This literally takes me. Spend on the ground, 100 and some bucks, carry extra batteries. That's money well spent if you could afford it. Because dirt hole's the best set. Everybody's been doing dirt holes. But punch another hole in or put that lure up here. 3 smells. Whether you use the same smell twice or 3 different, just don't overdo it. Or 2 smells and a little urine. But I don't use a lot of urine because urine's real expensive. And you don't know if you're buying good quality. But paint your equipment. I've lost a shovel. Had one of them J.C. Connor shovels that I cap my coyotes when I get the pole on them. It's out there somewhere. I should find it this fall. Just paint your stuff pink or orange, because when the leaves go down, you sit here, and next thing you know, drive down the road 3 miles and go, crap, where's my hammer? Oh, there it is. But, you know, gather your stuff up when you leave. I'm not organized right now at all, guys. I haven't really set foot traps. I've caught a couple coyotes this summer. I'm gonna go catch a skunk tomorrow. You know, if they call, go do it. Hell, you might not make money on that job, but hell, who knows? They may have a friend that's got, I literally I made $4,000 trapping beavers for people this spring. Cash. Can you guys turn that money down? I had to drive a long ways, but the one guy drove a long ways, and then he had a buddy, and it was a long ways out there, but them $100 bills, they stack up real nice. I sure hide those from my wife when I need something. She don't have any idea what I make. She's got a good life. She's got a nice house. I could put more money in this trapping business. Hell, I'm gonna go in here Galen here in a little bit and probably buy, who knows? It's gonna be a big check. I'm gonna buy some more equipment that I really don't need, but you know, it's all a tax write-off. But it's fun, guys. Take a kid trapping. Get out there. I know gas is expensive, but if you just got to go 5 miles, do whatever you can afford. But if you drive by a creek or a pond or something on the way to your spot, stop Stop by there and ask that guy. You need to be doing that now. What are you guys, a month and a half from season? I'm a month from season right now. I got 100 people I gotta ask, and ask them every season. And if you really got a good spot, take them something for Christmas or something, Christmas card. Hell, I got everybody's in their phone. He's got my phone. I got 800, well, not 800. I got 800 contacts in my phone. I send them pictures of what I catch on their land. That's good stuff, guys. Because most of my guys deer hunt, and most of them quail hunt. And when you start taking that stuff out, that's gonna help their quail, their turkeys. I'm their best friend in the wintertime. And I can't get there quick enough, you know. I'm trapping over here. Well, when are you gonna come to my place? Well, probably January. Well, God dang it, I can't be everywhere at once. I mean, I can be a lot of places, but I can't be everywhere. So, gotta be some questions, guys. Did I do all right?
Did good.
Huh?
Yeah.
Did you learn anything?
Yeah.
Set multiple traps and set multiple baits and lures. That's the key. But find the location. The more you are out there looking and learning, I'm still learning. The minute I quit learning, I've either got a hard head, tunnel vision. I used to go to the fur auction in Kansas and have the most fur out there. And I was just a kid catching 300 or 400 coon, and I thought I was the best trapper in the world until I started trying to catch coyotes. And I was humbled. And I'm still humbled every, you talk about it. There's some smart ones out there, usually because we educate them. Or they've been educated by the guy over here. When you catch that three-legged coyote that won't come in, you know you've done something. But don't overthink it, guys. They're just animals. They're looking for something to eat. Or they're traveling from their bedding area to get some water or something. Don't overthink it. But if you don't get the trap set, you have no idea how good of a season you could have because of those fur prices.
What are you putting in your dog-proof trap to catch your skunks and coons?
About anything you want.
Okay.
I mean, I got a DP bait, but I'm gonna tell you guys, you don't need to come buy that crap. Because you don't need it. You can buy dog food, you can buy, we have an Atwoods that has apple corn, berry corn, mix a little stuff. You know, you could buy a little fish oil, do sardines. I don't like to buy sardines, but they're expensive, but smear a little of that on there. A lot of guys talk about using a marshmallow on top. Because every morning, if you don't check your DPs, the mice and rats have got the bait fished out of there. You gotta check them every day because there's thousands of mice and rats around, and that's why these predators are hunting. That's what they live off of, rabbits. Find the location, find the thickest, the thicker it is, the better. If you find a big cedar grove with a bunch of grass, I guarantee you there's gonna be cats there. He may not be living in there, but he's gonna come in there and hunt that. Find that spot, he comes in and goes through here, and that cat don't walk a straight line. So, gotta be some more questions, guys. If we don't do it, I mean, who's gonna do it? Coyote hunters ain't gonna do it. Coon hunters ain't gonna do it. I mean, coyote hunters gonna kill a few coyotes, and the coon hunters catch a few coon, but we catch everything.
Yeah, right.
We do more good than anybody. And if we're not doing it, man, we're hurting. We're hurting the environment. We're hurting. There's only so many animals that, you got to take out so many because they can't just keep populating. So, but if I trapped one species, I probably wouldn't make a fraction of the money I make because I take it all. It's not that much harder. I'm walking to the truck with, sometimes I gotta, I got 5 animals. I got 5 traps, I caught 5 animals. Wasn't that better than coming in a week to catch 1 cat? I'm gonna catch that cat, but I'm gonna catch everything else too. I can't keep repeating myself, guys, because I got a guy that's gonna pay me $2 for possum skulls in Kansas now. If I catch 700 possum skulls again, that's $1,400. I like them $1,400, $100 bills. I don't know about you guys, but that pays for a lot of gas. I burn $400 or $500 worth of gas a month, but I put in the work, and but I don't do it for the money. If I lost money, I'd still do it. I probably maybe not do it as hard as I do.
Yeah.
But take them jobs. Everybody's got somebody they know's got a problem with something. So I'm a nuisance guy. I do a lot of work in Wichita. Them people want them skunks underneath their porch out of there because their dog got sprayed. You tell them $100 to move a skunk. We gotta move two, it's $150 or whatever you charge. I mean, get a nuisance permit, guys, it helps. I'm on that list in Wichita, hell, I'm the first guy they call. I answer my phone. My phone's always on, I answer it, and they call 3 other guys and they don't answer the phone, and I got the job because I answer my phone. Yeah, sometimes I'm in pain, somebody wants to call me all the time, but open that door. They open that door, amazing what things happen. I know there's gotta be some more questions, guys, because I couldn't have explained everything.
Skin your possum, or just keep the heads?
I just keeping the heads right now.
Cut them off and breed them.
Yep. I'd like to skin them, but when you catch 20 possums a day and you don't understand 25 animals, and there's no more time.
What do you use to cut the possum's head off? Do you just?
I got a chopping block I chop my ducks with, and I just take an axe and, but you can, you know, whatever works for you. I got to talk to the guy the other day, he's bare loppers, and,
That's what I use.
but whatever works for you.
So you're not scaring the skull out or anything? You're just whacking it off with it?
Whacked it off. So I just bought a freezer the other day. I went on a little trip. I come home, or we contacted this lady, and I got a $100 freezer. Can't have enough freezers. I got 9 freezers in my garage.
Okay, you make me feel better now.
And I bought another one to put outside to put skulls in, and then I got another one out in the country that I just put skunks in. I don't bring the skunks into town. But and I don't, if I shoot them or whatever, however I dispatch them, I don't pick them up that day unless they didn't spray. I'll leave them a day, put them in a bag, gather them up if it's cold. I have lost a skunk or two to owls or something by leaving them, but usually 1 or 2. What's that? Skunks. I'm not gonna skin them now this year. They want them whole. I think that's pretty simple if you catch 20 skunks and they're gonna give you, there's gotta be a good white stripe. The black ones aren't gonna bring as much.
Where do you sell them?
I got 4 or 5 different buyers I sell to. Because one guy will buy my cats, another guy will buy my coon, another guy will buy my coyotes. I wish I could sell them to everybody, but not everybody's got a better market. I shop around. I call them. What are you gonna give me for my coon? Well, $1. Hell, I got $3.50 for him. He couldn't do $3.50. But once I got $1 for the coon pecker and $1 for the skull, that coon become $5.50 then.
You keep mentioning that, for some of these younger guys, how did you find these markets, not asking for your sources? You say $1 for a pecker bone and $3 for a skull. A lot of people can't just go to anybody and say, hey,
Well,
give me $1.
there's 4 buyers, there's 4 fur buyers here today
Right.
from Oklahoma. I'm from Kansas. There's not hardly any buyers where I'm at. I'm actually a fur buyer now, but I'm not gonna advertise it because, I mean, I got it on my cards and stuff. I like to buy the badgers and the fox and stuff I can tan, because I don't know what the I paid a guy $100 for a bobcat last year, and the guy offered me $50 for it. I lost $50 on that, but you know what I did? I tanned that cat, and then I'm gonna sell it, at least get my money back. But I don't know how organized Oklahoma is as far as, but there should be some kind of site that lists the buyers. They got a fur auction here. They have a fur auction in Kansas. I haven't went to 8 years. I went up there one year and had 100, 200, 300 coon. I don't know, I had them in bundles of 100 or 10, and I was running through there, and coons were bringing 10, 12 bucks that year, and they were giving me $45 for them. And after about 4 bundles went through, I was so darn fighting mad. I pulled them off the table and I no-selled them and went home. And everybody's like, well, what do you want for them? I said, I don't want to get ripped off. I put too much work in. And I took them to the local fur buyer and got my $10 for them. So you don't have to sell that fur to the guy if that's all he offers it. I mean, you may not have the freezer space or whatever, but call around. I mean, you might have to drive a little farther, or they may come to you. You know, I got buyers come to me now. I catch enough stuff, they come to me. I got 2 guys come to me now, and then I still do another guy. So I may sell this to this guy and this to this guy. Anybody heard of that Greenwald? Mm-hmm. He come to my house 2 years in a row until he pissed me off, and then I said, well, sorry, we're not gonna do that next year. Well, why not? What happened? Well, you know, and I hit that coyote thing real good, guys. I was catching 40 and 50 coyotes and a year. Thought I was a pretty good coyote trapper, and like I said, I've been humbled many times, and I started thinking outside the box. Because you get in a habit. We're all creatures of habit, right? You get up in the morning, you drink your coffee, you get dressed. I do the same thing with my trap line. I get up and do this, set this place. Well, hell, there's so many locations I drove by that I thought, why didn't I set that? And I found a fence line along the Arkansas River this year that I drove by that thing 50 times. I've never set it. Set it this year and I caught 2 cats there. Drove by that fence line and I'm thinking, duh, how did I miss that? Set 2 traps there in the dog proof. And within that week, I caught 2 cats there, 2 big toms. And I missed it just because I was off location. I never did catch those, so. Hope you guys all learned something. I'm still learning, guys. I just got a passion that, it's like, I don't know, I'm weird. My wife thinks I'm nuts, which I probably am. I'd rather trap than sleep, I said that before.
Agreed.
I can't sleep when I'm trapping. I'm anxious to get up in the morning. It's like that little kid going, opening Christmas presents. Here I am out there. I'm weird. So.
Well, we appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys. And,